I'm outside the Swanson Trigg Conservation area. It's where I take my dogs for a walk. There's been changes to it, and I want to show you what they've done to my woods. You see how this is? Right behind all those bushes and weeds and trees. There's a creek down there. Well, hello there. Old man Kelley here. Jeff to my friends. I'm walking through a forest preserve now. Well, not really a forest preserve. It's this little forest area by where I live, where I take the dogs for a walk. You've seen it before. It's about 3/4 of a mile. It's a loop, about 3/4 of a mile that I take my dogs around. And well, they've done some changes to this recently, and I don't quite understand why. This is the part of the path that hasn't changed. As you can see, it's overgrown. There's weeds and trees and logs all over. Both sides of the path are almost getting closed in a little bit by all the, nature that's growing right now. And you see, this is how the path looked. This is the part that hasn't changed yet. You can see all the nature, all the bushes and plants have sort of closed in a little. They're hanging over the path in parts. They're right up to the edge, which I like. Over there is the creek, which you can barely see through all the growth that's in front of it. I don't know if you get the full effect here of what went on, but you can see how it's all been torn down. And I think they took whatever they tore down and created mulch out of it and laid that down. And it goes back, some areas, 10 or so feet, 15 even in some areas. I'm not quite sure what they used to do this. You can see over here, now you can actually see the creek actually. I don't know what kind of a tool they used, but you can see it just tore the stuff to bits. I mean, it wasn't like this a week ago. A week ago, when I took the dogs for a walk, all this was like that other area. The foliage went right up to the edge of the path and even overhung the path a little. But now it's just, it's like they went through some sort of big machine and just ripped everything down and mulched it all up. I mean, look at this. Whatever they used must have been pretty powerful. If you look at these trees look like they're just ripped out of the ground, torn out. Now they're just laying there, dying over the river. And I assume they're going to come back and mulch some of this stuff up this week. I don't know. But if you look at the side of some of the trees, you can see how they got too close to some of the trees they left still standing. And you know what this little forest area really needs are controlled burns. There's so much dead stuff in the middle there, fallen trees and sticks, and if we go through a period of dryness, I would suspect it would only take one little match or one little spark to set this place up on fire, you know, which would be a shame. There's houses all around it. I take a lot of walks on the Lake County Forest Preserves, which we have a lot of in the area, and every year they do control burns just for that reason. You need to get rid of the dead stuff to prevent forest fires, you know. Forest fires are part of nature. Forest fires are basically necessary. It's part of the circle of life in the forest. It gets rid of all the dead stuff, but you don't want that in a residential neighborhood. So you do controlled burns.